welcome back to the channel. We just got back from Leadville crewing our good buddy Nick in the 100-mile trail race. And I wanted to do something fun with this video. Instead of just showing you some footage and just kind of taking you along for the ride, I wanted to give you some hints, tips, and pointers on crewing. Crewing this race is incredibly difficult. I've both ran it now and crewed it, and I would say crewing it may be subjectively harder than freaking running this thing. Logistically, it's a lot of stuff. Everything's close together, but it's very difficult to get everywhere you need with everything you need to support your runner. So I figured I'd show you some footage, show you kind of what we did and how our day went, and then give you some pointers in the main aid stations. The main aid stations are going to be Outward Bound, which is where you'll pick your runner up around mile 26, and then Twin Lakes, which is really the hub of the race. Twin Lakes is where you'll see your runners when they come through around mile 42 before they go climb Hope Pass twice, and then back through at mile 64-ish before they start heading back towards the finish line. So Twin Lakes is incredibly vibrant. It's loud. It's everyone's there. It's a great place. They're ringing the church bell when everyone comes into town. It's an awesome place, but it's packed. It's busy. And there's not a whole lot out there, and you can't drive to this location. You have to shuttle. So that's kind of why I wanted to do this video and show you some maps and show you what you will see when you get there, and then try to give you kind of what worked for us and what I think we could have done better. So next year in 2027, when you guys are down there crewing the Leadville 100 with your family member, your loved one, maybe you'll have a little bit of insight to make this easier on you. So let's get started. First and foremost, start line. The start at this race is at 0-4. I do want you to keep in mind you are in Leadville, Colorado. You are above 10,000 feet, and it is cold. It doesn't seem like it should be. It's August, but if you'll watch videos of all the other influencers and runners and professional elite racers that post content, you'll see that they're all wearing puffy jackets in the morning. They're all wearing gloves. They're all wearing hoodies. It's in the 40s in the morning. It's incredible weather. It is beautiful, but it's brisk. If you're someone that 40 degrees doesn't bother you, 44, 45-ish doesn't bother you, don't worry about it. But for the rest of us, we need a little jacket. So I would recommend a puffy jacket in the morning. I do recommend getting the start line around 3:15. If you're in walking distance, it's not that big a deal. There's not a whole lot of parking around town close. You can get within a half mile or so fairly easily. So I do recommend getting down there around 3:15. Enjoy it, get some good photographs, spend some time with your runner, get them pumped up, charged up, let them send some awesome messages out to their family members. Here's one from us. You know, my buddy that ran the race, Nick, he had some great things to say for his family, for us as his crew and his wife. So watch this real quick, and then we'll get back to it.
All right, hey, good morning. Just want to say thank you to the crew that's out here, Brad, Andy, obviously my wife, their spouses that are with them, Ashley and Corey. We're back, round 2 in Leadville. Hopefully coming back with a buckle this time. Wouldn't have made it here without all the support, and there's something about this town. If you ever had the opportunity, I hope you get it, you take it. It's worth it.
So like I said, guys, incredible words, incredibly encouraging, incredibly uplifting. At 4 o'clock, they do some incredible stuff at the start line. You know, we've got with the speech from Marianne and Ken, the founders of the race, incredibly powerful things that they tell you. The national anthem, incredible. The singing, the flag, everything is incredible. And then you get the start, and you get to see those 700 runners charge out of town, headlamps are blaring. So let's cut over to some footage there and let's show you what that experience is like. I'm telling you what, I don't know if this race doesn't move you when it starts. I don't know, you build different.
To remove yourself from the start sheet press. We're going to ask you to remove yourself from the start sheet. We're going to get a little bit closer to the down here, so we're going to start to get our start sheet completely.
Good morning, everybody. We have finally arrived at that magic moment. And before we get going here, I'm going to turn this right over to the two that are responsible for the reason you're here. Here's Ken Gurley.
Good morning, Leadville family. It's going to be a great day. Remember, this is Leadville. There's no quit in Leadville, and you are Leadville. So run smart, run safe, run strong. Godspeed. We'll see you at the finish.
All right, sons and daughters, remember one thing while you're out there. You are better than you think you are. You can do more than you think you can. Commit and don't quit. We got that buckle waiting for you. See you at the finish line, family.
All right, you guys. What's so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Of the free, and the home of the brave.
The most iconic course in the U.S. Folks, we are going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember what Kevin Merrily said, dig deep.
Let's go, runners.
Cross the line. Only 100 miles, folks. Get it done.
Everybody's out of town. Everybody's headed. Their race has begun. As a crew, we've all got up at 2 o'clock in the morning. It is early. They just took off at 4, and now we are tired. So here's where I recommend you go back to wherever you're at. Depending on your runner's pace, now this is something you need to understand as a crew, is you need to understand the times that your runner is going to be in each aid station, crewable and non-crewable, so you can track their pace. Leadville, La Sportiva, Lifetime, they have a great app. You'll see everybody all day refreshing this app, and it tracks their time into checkpoints or chip points. So it'll tell you they cross this chip point at a 11-minute pace, and if they maintain this pace, they'll be to you at an hour and a half from now. So it's a great app. Highly recommend that you're tracking on that, keeping your phones charged. But know your times. You're not going to see them on a traditional year. They're going to run out of town. They're going to run to Turquoise Lake. They're going to hit their first aid station of May Queen around mile 12. They'll chip there. They can refill water. The May Queen aid station is a really nice aid station. Get everything they need and get suited up, bottled up, hooked up. There's restrooms there, everything they need. From there, they're going to run another about 12 miles to you at Outward Bound. Outward Bound is incredible. It is a giant, large field. They do a great job of parking you. They do a great job of giving you plenty of room to get in and out. And then you're going to carry everything you're setting up, tents, chairs, coolers. You're going to carry that stuff for 3/4 of a mile, half a mile, depending on where you park. It is a flat pasture, but keep in mind there are groundhogs or whatever digs all these holes out there. It's not flush and smooth. So when you get there, make sure that you understand that you are carrying everything, and buy those buggies. We bought the buggies, the foldable, collapsible buggies with the big wheels. Load everything in it. Make sure everything has a strap on it, and then just get ready to make some trips. one of our crew members, Andy, is an ultra runner. He ended up doing 3 miles at Outward Bound just to the truck and back, getting stuff that we had forgotten or going back to get something. So be prepared at Outward Bound to do a bunch of lugging. That's part of it. You're allowed a 10 by 10 tent there. You're allowed coolers, you're allowed chairs, you're allowed radios, you're allowed whatever you want to make yourself comfortable and to have everything that your runner needs when they come in. All right. So now we know our runner's coming in. We know he's close. We've watched on our Lifetime app. We see that our runner is 10 minutes out. This is where you need to have a great plan. Are they getting a new vest? Is the vest going to be loaded? What do they want in their flask? Are they carrying a hand bottle? Do they want a Camelback replaced? And you need to understand what your runner wants, because they're going to have a very specific nutrition plan. There are a lot of runners, what you'll see is they'll carry 2 500 milliliter flasks in their vest, and they'll have a hydration or a nutrition type fluid carbohydrate powder in one, and the other one may be fresh water. This is general information that's not exact to every runner. But make sure you have those flasks full and ready. A lot of those powders, those carbohydrate powders, they don't dissolve really well. Some get clumpy. So make sure, give them a big shake. What we did was we filled all of the flasks that he would need at every aid station the night before. Put them in a small, like a Yeti zip-up cooler, and then we iced them down. And then we had them identified, marked, different color cap, different color marker mark. This is one that had his favorite fuel in it, and this was straight water. So that was how we did it. And then when he would come in, it was just pull the empties out, put the fulls back in, take all the trash from his goos or his whatever nutrition he was eating, and then replace it, stuff it, check his feet, check for sunblock need, check for BioFreeze or Tiger Balm, whatever, and then get them back out. So here's a video of us. Nick is in a chair. We are asking Nick what he needs. They're applying Tiger Balm to his knee, his legs. He's got 26 miles on his legs right now. So we're applying Tiger Balm to his legs. I'm replacing his flask. Andy is checking on his feet. Everyone's doing their job. Corey and Ash are making sure he's got what he needs. We're sunblocking him. And then at the same time, we're trying to chill him out. He's just run 26 miles at over 10,000 feet. And you can see it in your runner's face. You will see it in your runner's face like, oh goodness. That's where you need to be the vibe patrol and just vibe them up, pump them up, have their favorite music going. Tell them how strong they look. Tell them how incredible they are. Tell them how fantastic they're having a day, and then make sure that they understand that you as a crew are having a blast. They need to know that you're enjoying yourself also. That should be a big point for them. So get them crewed up, get them up, get them out of the aid station fast. Do not let your runner sit in that chair for a long time, because the more time they sit in that chair with you in the aid station, the quicker they have to run to the next aid station. As you guys may know, cutoffs are really tight at Leadville, so you've got to stay moving. The cutoffs from start to 50 miles are less generous. You start getting more time on the way back. So it's very imperative that we get to the 50-mile mark Winfield, which is through Twin Lakes, over Hope, down into Winfield quickly, and then get out of there and come back. So, all right, we've got our runner ready to leave Outward Bound. We send them off. Now, from Outward Bound, they're gonna run through a pretty hot area. The area is open, and usually your middle of the pack runners to back of the pack runners are gonna get to you around noon. It is very hot at 10,000 feet. I know the temperature will say 75 degrees. Those of you coming from the Gulf Coast, like where I'm from, I say 75 degrees. I'm thinking temperature is perfect for running. It is nuclear. 75 or 80 degrees at 10,000 feet in an open field is nuclear. It is hot. So make sure you consider that for not only your runner, but for yourselves. Make sure you've got plenty of fluids, you've got plenty of shade, you've got a way to get out of that sun, because it will bake you. And then keep that in mind for your runner. Wet their neck, ice handkerchief, do they want to get soaked with a bucket? Make sure you're thinking about that, because a lot of times the runners aren't thinking about the heat in August, and so keep that in mind. Anywho, they leave. They're headed out. The next timing chip they're going to hit is at an area called Half Pipe. Half Pipe is crewable. You can pull your vehicle up to Half Pipe and you can crew there. It's only 3 or 4 miles from Outward Bound. If your runner forgets something out of Outward Bound and needs something quickly, you can typically make it there quick enough to support them. But most crews don't crew at both Outward Bound and Half Pipe. It's one or the other. But you will get another timing chip there. What we did was, once everyone leaves Outward Bound, everybody starts going to the shuttles. The only way to Twin Lakes is via shuttles. They have 4 or 5 school buses that'll run. It's about a 15-minute ride down there on the school bus, maybe 20 minutes down. So as soon as runners start coming through, people start lining up. And you've got 600 runners with 3 to 5 people on average per runner. You can imagine what the bus looks like. So getting down to Twin Lakes, you take the shuttle buses. All you can carry on the shuttle is what you can fit in your lap. So if you've got 3 or 4 people, one person carries a small cooler, 2 or 3 people carry backpacks, you can get everything you need down there. But again, you're packing it all up, you're lugging it, you're muling it, you're standing in line, you're waiting your turn to get on a very crowded bus, and then you're riding that very crowded bus down to a parking lot a half mile outside of Twin Lakes. We'll talk more about Twin Lakes and where they drop you off here in a second, but let's talk about getting out of Outward Bound for another second. My recommendation and what we did, if your runner is a middle of the pack or back of the pack runner, there's no need to bum rush that shuttle and wait in that hour-long line. What we did is Nick was pacing himself very well. He was maintaining a good solid pace, and we knew that when he got to Half Pipe, 3 or 4 miles later, which at that point in time you're running a little bit slower, so you're close to an hour, that line would dissipate and go away. So we ran back to the house, which was only about 10 minutes away. We made lunch for us. Nick's wife, Tabby, had made a bunch of turkey tacos for us. So we ran back to the house, wrapped all those up, put those in a cooler for us. By the time we got back to Outward Bound and parked our truck, the line was gone. The buses were there empty waiting. So we didn't have to wait in a line. So we took our 4 backpacks full of everything Nick could want: shoes, socks, everything he could possibly want, to change his shorts, change his shirts, headlamps, extra batteries, all of his nutrition that we had pre-packed, hamburgers, potatoes, goos, everything that he wanted, we then lugged it to the truck. I recommend this waiting a little bit. Like I said, if your runner is a back of the pack, middle of the pack, or back of the pack runner, I would say let the line dissipate, chill out, maybe kick back in a chair and take a nap for 45 minutes an hour. You're going to be very tired. You've been up since 2 in the morning. Chances are you didn't sleep very good the night before. So take a nap, kick your feet up, relax, drink some water, maybe have some breakfast there at Outward Bound while you wait for your runner to get through Half Pipe, then get on an empty bus as opposed to a crowded bus to head to Twin Lakes. That's what I recommend. All right, here we go. Now, Twin Lakes. Twin Lakes, you're going to find yourselves in one of 2 positions. There are 2 ways to crew at Twin Lakes. Twin Lakes used to be everyone came and everyone got a spot. You just had to get there and get your spot early. It's not like that anymore. Now you lottery for a 10 by 10 spot. Your runner has to remember to do this. Make sure your runner remembers. It's several months before the race. They do the first lottery. And for that lottery, your runner has to put in for it. They have to put in for a spot. Then they'll go through and they'll pick a certain number of people. Out of that lottery, you are awarded a 10 by 10 spot in Twin Lakes on the running route. Coming down off the mountain, running past the church through Twin Lakes, turning back down towards the road out of town, and then towards Hope Pass. If you do not get a crewing spot in that first lottery, don't panic. 2 to 3 weeks later, there's an automatic entry lottery for the remaining spots. Your runner will automatically be put into this. So if your runner forgot to put in for the first lottery for a crew location, you're automatically in it for the second one. And then 1 or 2 things are going to happen. Number 1, you're going to get a 10 by 10 crewing spot. Number 2, you're going to have to use the general crewing location. So let's talk about those. What's going to happen if you get a 10 by 10 spot? Friday, the day before the race, you have a 10 a.m. mandatory race meeting. This is at the high school there on the football field. It's incredible, powerful. The speeches from Ken and Marianne and Ken's son are amazing. It's a tear-jerking moment. If you've not been to that race meeting, you need to go. But Friday, that day, during that time and during the expo, which starts at 11 and goes to 3 or 4 p.m., That's when people who've been awarded a 10 by 10 crewing spot can go down to Twin Lakes and park outside of Twin Lakes and then lug your stuff that you want to set up and leave overnight down to town. So you'll drive down to as close as you can, you'll park, you'll lug your stuff into town, down the road into Twin Lakes. They'll tell you where your spot is. You set up your 10 by 10 tent on the racetrack. You're right there, you can touch the ropes. And then you set up whatever you want to leave overnight. Now they do have cops that spend the evening down in Twin Lakes. Twin Lakes is very remote, but I have heard rumors of stuff missing, coolers missing and stuff. When we crewed it in 24, when I ran it in 24, we left everything. Propane grills, 10 by 10 tent, chairs, the whole 9 yards. My crew set it up and then they just, took the easy up and dropped it down so everything was covered. So anyway, you will have the opportunity to leave your stuff in Twin Lakes overnight and it'll be there for you in the morning. So when you take the shuttle from outward bound down, you're just carrying what's you need in your lap, which is your clothes, your food, your drinks, stuff like that. You can have your cooler down there, everything already. That's if you're lucky and you get a spot. If you do not get a spot, you do not have the ability to take coolers or chairs or any large items. The only thing you can take to crew is what fits in your lap on the bus. Now, we did not get a spot this year, so we had to use general crewing. It was not as bad as we thought it was going to be. Here on the map, you can see the church. Right here is where the runners come down the hill and the timing chip is right here. So you're right there in the mix and you can grab your runner immediately. The race crew set chairs out. They had chairs out there. But what I noticed is that people were bringing smaller like camping chairs that folded up and fit in their backpacks so that they had chairs. I would recommend that option. All it's got to do is fit in your lap going down there. So small coolers, we took Yeti coolers, zip top coolers that were small ones and then a couple larger ones, and we filled everything we needed in there and we carried those 2 coolers. You can't take large coolers on the van, on the shuttle. So coolers that fit in your lap, a chair that'll fit in your lap, backpacks that fit in your lap, those items are all allowed as long as you can hold them in the chair on the shuttle. Another thing we took was one of those Anker, A-N-K-E-R, portable chargers, because you're out there all day. There's nowhere to charge your phones. There's nowhere to charge your runner's watch if he's got an older model watch or his headlamps. So we bought one of those Ankers. It fit in my hand, in my lap. So I had a backpack full of items. I had a cooler full of our runner's nutrition, and I had the Anker charger in my hand. So a lot of stuff to lug, but we needed it all. So while we were down there, we were all able to charge our phones, to charge headlamps, to charge whatever we need, because you're going to be in Twin Lakes for a very, very long time. When your runner comes in, if you're there 2 hours before they get into town, you crew them. Now, 2:15 is cutoff in Twin Lakes. The cutoff to get back to Twin Lakes is 11. So you could be there for 8, 9, 10 hours in Twin Lakes. So keep that in mind, that if you want to run back to your truck at Outward Bound, you have to walk a half mile to the shuttle, wait in line to catch the shuttle. 15, 20 minutes in the shuttle to Outward Bound, grab what you want out of your vehicle, get back in line for the shuttle, 15, 20 minutes back down, half mile walk back to it. So try to carry everything you need, but if you're in an emergency and you do forget something, you can get back to your vehicles. It just takes a while. So anyway, you're in a general crewing area. You bring your coolers, you bring your portable chargers, you bring everything your runner needs. Right there where you're at, right here on the map, right here, is the aid station. The aid station is incredibly stocked. If you forget something, if it's not extremely specific to your runner's nutrition plan, don't panic. They have got Scratch coolers. Scratch is the nutrition, hydration, electrolyte fluid that they put in their flask. They have that pre-mixed and ready and cold. Inside the little building, they've got ramen, they've got chips, they've got all sorts of goos and bars and everything that your runner would need for nutrition. So utilize that aid station. It's fully stocked. Just tell them it's for your runner. Don't want to get yourself a cup of ramen. Respect the race, respect the runner, respect the volunteers. But if you need something, our runner needed something. So I ran in and said, I need ramen for my runner. No questions, grab it and go. So everything you need is there, but everything you think you're going to need, any creature comfort items, you need to carry it. Now that we've talked about the 2 stations, whether you have a tent or not, let's talk about where they drop you off. So we'll go back to the map here, and on the map you can see this parking lot here at the lake itself. The van or bus, whichever you end up in, is going to pull in here and drop you off. And then you're going to walk this little trail. Here's my Strava. I logged the walk on my Strava from the parking lot to the general crewing station. It's about 0.56 miles. And you're going to walk carrying everything you've got. So maybe it's 2 trips. I don't know what all you're bringing. We were able to do it with 5 of us in 1 trip. 5 people carry a whole lot of gear. So we carried everything in and then just found a spot to set up. So here's the route in and out to the buses. So you're in Twin Lakes, you're having a good time. You've now got to go back to Outward Bound. This is where I thought the race did a bad job, and hopefully they fix this in the future. We left out of Twin Lakes to head back to Outward Bound at around 7 o'clock, 7:15. Now, most runners have come through outbound. Some runners, your elites, are back through and they're headed back to town. So there were a lot of people who were headed back to Outward Bound to spend time or to head back to Outward Bound to go back to their houses, because you've got till 11 p.m. from whenever your runner came through, 2:15 cutoff, to 11 p.m. to go climb Hope twice. And it is a grueling climb. It is, 3,500 foot up the front, 2,800 down the back, and then reverse back home. So there's a long time. So a lot of people were going to the shuttle. What I didn't think they did well at the Twin Lakes shuttle was there was no light plants, no light generated. You had one volunteer who was trying their best to manage, but the bus would pull into one spot, open the door, and then 100 people would bum rush the door of a school bus. And everyone's tired, everyone's grumpy, it's dark, not everyone's wearing a headlamp. And then everyone that could get on would get on, then everyone would kind of pull back. Well, the next bus may pull short of where the last one was at, or it may pull long. Well, then the whole herd would shuttle to that bus to try to cram onto that one. So I think that Leadville, what they need to do is they need to have a little better control system of that shuttle and control it like they did at Outward Bound. Maybe put a light plant there, one light plant, rented is cheap. And maybe put someone that says, bus stop here, let's go filter on, I need 42 people. 42 people stop, bus you go. It wasn't very well controlled, but hey, they're managing a lot of logistics, a lot of people. I understand it, but my career, I manage chaos. So to me, it seemed like an easy fix, but I'm not a race director and I don't know what they're doing. But just be prepared that this parking lot on the way from Twin Lakes back to Outward Bound could be chaotic. Only thing I can say is maintain your composure. Everyone's going through the same thing. Everyone's tired. Everyone's carrying heavy items, and everyone's been up since 2 in the morning. Be polite, be courteous. The ultra trail running community is known for how well we take care of one another and how gracious we are to one another. As family members of ultra runners or ultra runners yourself, maintain that consistency. Let's take care of one another. If you see like someone seems to be a little more beat up than you, let them on the bus first. Help each other out. I had a lot of stuff on that bus and it was frustrating getting on it, but humanity paid its dues back to me. I was struggling, and when I went to stand up, a gentleman behind me grabbed my backpack and held it for me. The gentleman next to me grabbed my cooler and held it for me, and they allowed me to stand up, put my backpack on me, help me sling that big cooler and the anchor charger. So, I went from frustrated with humanity while we fought over this bus to, like feeling like an ass a few minutes later when everyone on the bus took a few seconds to help me get my gear loaded up and get off the bus. So just repay that back and be courteous. We're there to support our runners. So let's take care of each other and keep it happy. So from there, you're going to go back to Outward Bound. You're going to wait for your runner to come back in. Same thing. You've got your tent there. You've got your chairs there. You've got your coolers there. You've got everything is there and waiting for you. Get back in ample time to see your runner through. They are now in the nighttime, grueling hours. They have climbed, by this time they've probably climbed 13,000 feet. They've been on their feet for 15, 16 hours. They are beat up and they're going to be moving slow. From Twin Lakes, they're going to take about a 1,200 foot climb back out of Twin Lakes to get back to Half Pipe, back to Outward Bound. You're going to give them a pacer then. Pacers, you guys are the lifeblood of this race. All I can tell you is be positive, Keep your runner moving, and you can mule at Leadville. It is legal to mule, and by mule I mean to carry stuff for them. You can carry their water, you can carry their food, you can carry their pack. You just can't not legally touch, pull, or push them forward in any way. So if they're tired, suck it up, man. You've only got 15 or 20 miles. Take their water, take their pack, take their nutrition, take their food, and you carry that for them, and then keep the vibes high. It's 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, man. Keep them pumped up, keep them laughing, keep their mind off their feet, off their chafing, off the pain, off the sleepiness. You need to be the vibe. You need to be that man or woman that is having a blast and having a good time and being supportive. So that was just a quick little disclaimer for you Pacers. Remember, they need you more than you know. Get them home safe. Take full responsibility for their safety and for their vibe, and get them home safe, man. Get them back to us, get them back to Leadville, and let's get them buckled up. All right, guys, your runner comes back in outward bound. They're tired, they're feeling good. You may change pacers here, you may not. Let's let them sit down now. They're on the back half of the course. Do we need to change socks? Do we need to change shoes? Do we need some more sustenance? Do we need bigger food? Do we need a hamburger? What do you need? Let's get them up. Let's get them fed. Do they need a jacket? Do they need a beanie cap? Do they need gloves? They're moving slow now. They're not running the way they were earlier. They're not burning the calories in that heat at 10,000 feet. So make sure that we have everything they need. Beanie caps, jackets. It could be raining. Make sure they have everything they need to be comfortable in. Take away every reason that they would quit or could not make it. Remove those items. Treat blisters. Warm ramen at this point in the race is ginormous. This is huge. If you can get some warm ramen or something into them, warm that belly up, do everything you can to have those items for them. Once you get your runner out of outward bound and they're gone, now you're going to see them one more time before the finish line, and that's going to be May Queen Aid Station. This year it was different. We had the Willow wildfire, which impacted the May Queen Aid Station, so it was a little different, but years forward, we're going to be back at May Queen. May Queen is not crewable out. Leaving Leadville, going out is considered outbound. Coming back home is inbound. May Queen out is not crewable, but May Queen in is crewable. The first time you can go to May Queen and park to crew your runner, if I'm not forgetting, is 5 p.m. So manage your time from outward bound to when you want to be there. You definitely don't want to be sitting at May Queen for 3 or 4 hours waiting on your runner. There's not the amenities that there are at the outward bound aid station. So I would recommend watching those chips, watching those times, predicting within an hour or two when you need to be there. At May Queen, same thing. They're tired, they are close, they're almost home. They are a half marathon around Turquoise Lake and back into town from being done. They've got this race in the bag. Get them in there, keep them moving. Don't let them sit too long. Don't let them sit under a blanket too long. Don't let them get too comfortable. Don't let them take a nap. Do not let your runner quit in a chair. They're going to be mad at you at the moment. They're going to be pissed at you. They just want to sit in a chair and take a nap. Get them up and get them moving. Whoever that pacer is from May Queen home, you're critical to this runner's race and this runner's dream. So get them out of that thing moving and go. You know, to some people it works to try to pick off other runners. Everybody's moving slow. If you can go, hey, let's go see if we can pass that man or woman in front of us. Let's go see if we can pass that man or woman in front of us. Let's see if we can pick another one off. Anything you can do to keep them moving. If you've paced well and if your runner's done a good job with a plan, you should have plenty of time that you can do a 16 to a 20-minute mile right now, which is walking. So the main thing is to get them fueled up and get them out of that aid station and get them home. Get them to Leadville, to that finish line. All right, so the last bit, the most important bit. This is not an aid station. This is not a crewing location. This is the finish line. Most all runners want their crew to cross the finish line with them, and that is allowed. That is allowed at Leadville. The last mile, the final kick, you're allowed to make that last mile with your runner. So I recommend your runner gets through May Queen. I recommend you load up as quick as you can. You get back to town. You find a parking spot. Stop at one of the incredible restaurants or diners in Leadville that should be open and get you a cup of coffee and get down to that 1 mile mark. So you come into Leadville, you go down a little hill, and then it's an incline to the finish line. Be down there at that stop sign, at that incline, and bring your runner home. I'm telling you, you want to be there for that. You want to get them across that finish line, and you want to cross it with them because you have worked your ass off for 30-ish hours, depending on your runner. Somewhere from 20 hours to 30 hours you have been at it. You have not stopped. You have worked hard supporting this individual. You deserve to go across that finish line with your runner. It's their race, it's their medal, it's their buckle, but by God, you've earned it too. So I highly recommend you get your whole team together and you get together with your runner if that's what they want. Now, obviously, if they want to cross alone, we respect that. I don't know how many runners are going to want to cross alone. They're going to want to cross with their team, their crew, their family, their supporters. Cross that finish line, get that runner that buckle, get that runner that medal, get that runner breakfast, and get them to bed. You guys have worked your ass off for 30 hours. They have been through the most grueling thing they've probably ever done, and you've probably been through the 30 hardest hours you've ever dealt with too. So now it's time to celebrate. I do recommend that everyone, before you leave town, before you give up on the race, there's a time called the golden hour. The golden hour is the finishers who have fought the hardest to get there, and the cutoff is at 10 a.m. From 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. is called the golden hour. And these are the people that have been on the course the longest, that have fought the hardest, that have dealt with the most demons and overcome the most adversity to get home. If you want to see the most gut-wrenching, emotional, tear-jerking moment in your life, stand at that finish line for 9 to 10 and watch people give every last ounce of everything in their soul to cross that finish line. I'm telling you, incredible. I have not finished this race. I DNF'd in 24, as you guys know from my DNF video. But I can tell you right now, when I cross that finish line, I'm gonna lay down and cry for an hour. Don't touch me. I want to be here for a minute. I want to enjoy this finish line. So I highly recommend to anyone, if you're down in town and you have the ability, go down to that finish line for that 1 hour. Just spend 1 hour from 9 to 10 and watch those people come home, which is the whole premise of this race, is that you're coming home and you're a family member. And when you finish that race, you're part of the family. So go down there and watch that. I guarantee you money, if you go watch Golden Hour with 5 people, 2 of those 5 people are going to try to get in that race. Yeah, you're going to try. You're like, I want to do this. I want that moment for myself. So go watch Golden Hour. Go watch people give it everything they've got to earn this silly thing, this buckle, this medal. Go watch and see what people are willing to give up for something that seems so small to non-runners. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I hope that any little tidbit of what I've talked through here helps someone along the way. I hope it gives you some insight and it helps make this thing easier. It is a huge honor and a privilege to get to crew someone or pace someone at this race. This is one of the most iconic 100-milers in the country, if not the world. So if someone asks you to come to this, they're asking you to come support them in one of the biggest moments of their life. Be honored. Be proud that they want you there for that. That means you're in that inner circle. You're important to these people. So support them, give them everything you've got. Be proud, be happy, be full of vibes, and enjoy everything that Leadville in this race is going to give you. You're not expecting it, but you're going to walk away from this place feeling like Leadville's home. And I guarantee you come back. Whether you come back to spectate, whether you come back to race, or whether you start looking for people to crew and pace, you'll come back to Leadville. Guarantee money you will. So enjoy the race, and remember to spread positivity, spread the vibes. That's what this race is about. Let's keep it about that. Let's keep it about the runner. And then just remember to support the town. You know, these people came up with a really clever way to keep the doors open and to stay alive and to stay afloat. So let's go support this incredible place. There's some incredible food, incredible pizzas, some great breweries around there, some great beers, some great shops. So enjoy Leadville, support the race, support your runners, support the people, support everyone around you. Be patient, be kind, and things will go a lot easier. I've never seen any outbursts or any flare-ups or any anger there, but the potential is there because it is difficult. Anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. My name is Brad. I am a 50-year-old recreational runner who DNF'd Leadville in 2024. My finish line is still out there, and I'm still chasing 100. You.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I'm back with the sauce, back with the energy, back with the force, back with the realization, yeah. Every time I do it, of course. This code's not more, still deciphering, still on course. Man, I came through with a private horse. This love's a